Welcome back to the Missouri Sports Network here at MissouriSportsNetwork.com. Guy Newcomb, the scoreboard guy, sitting in at the Missouri Sports Network, where everyone has a home field advantage. Presented by Central Bank of the Ozarks, Laborers Local 663, Doak Propane, Great Southern Bank, Shelter Insurance Agent Grant Baker in Aurora, and the Bank of Billings, established 1889, the oldest bank in Christian County. We go just a little bit north of me out to Hermitage High School and visit with the head cross country coach, Mark Sabala, coming off of a boys Class 1 state championship. Coach, thanks so much for your time today.
Thank you for inviting me on. I appreciate it.
You bet, Coach. Exciting times here as you look back at the event. And it really wasn't that close. 61 points you guys finished with. You double up, or the second place finisher doubles up with 132. You win by 61 points. What was the feeling going into the meet? Did you feel like you had the chance there to win?
We did. Going in, we knew we were at least going to be on the stage. We had to run our race, but not seeing Oak Ridge and Val Catholic and Winona and Van Buren, all those from the southwest part of the state, it was a little unknown for us. And they had put up some very fast times this year. So we were concerned. And I thought it was going to be a 20-30 point difference, not what it ended up being. So that was a big surprise on my end.
61 points was the difference. Talk about some of the runners, and did they have, a lot of times you get PRs. Did any of that occur that gave you that big lead?
It did. Our number one runner, Bennett Mantooth, just a sophomore, ran his PR of 16:33, I believe, for third place. We predicted him to finish third. That's kind of where we thought he would be. Justin Horn had a solid race. I believe that was his PR in the race as well. 7th place. We knew he could be top 10. So, we were kind of happy with those two. Justice Yates had been dealing with a hip injury. And we kind of hoped he was going to be up with those two, but he fell back some with that injury. I think he finished 29th, probably about 40 seconds off where he should have been. So that made a big difference on that end. But our freshman, DeJuan Chambers, ran a huge PR, 17:40 something, top 20, all state for him. He's just been running really well the last month of the year for us. So, that was probably one of our biggest opportunities to really improve on where we were going to be. And then our number 5 and 6, Haven Wright and Bradley Forth, they both ran their season best PR times. And so they both went sub 19. So, for us to have all 6 kids under 19, there wasn't another team that could even touch that. So we were very happy with their performances.
Tell us a little bit about the course. And again, we're visiting with Hermitage Hornet head cross country coach Mark Sabala. Coach, tell us a little bit about the course. And was there a similar course that you ran on? I know you guys host one out at the lake, which is a very demanding course. Tell us a little bit about the course and how it ranks among the courses that you've run.
Well, the course up at Gans Creek for state, it's a 2-loop course, kind of a small loop and a large loop. There's not a lot to it, honestly. It really is just rolling hills. For us, we consider it flat. It doesn't really have any hills like we're used to training on. So courses that we've probably been on that I would say be comparable would be Buffalo Invite. They run theirs at their junior high. That's pretty flat. The hills kind of roll. Camdenton is another one that has kind of the same idea. It's considered a fast and flat course, but it's really just rolling hills, and none of them are steep, but that's kind of the reminder of what goes on at this. But I really think the big key at the state meet is that majority of that course, it's surrounded by fans. And when you're running with that fans and they're cheering you on, you tend to run faster than you normally would on other courses.
Coach, was there a point maybe during the season where you felt like, hey, we've got a chance here? Maybe you run maybe here at the Bolivar course, or hey, at the meet that you guys host, we've got several big schools. Was there an opportunity or a chance at a time during the season where you felt like, hey, we've got a real opportunity here?
I do. we came into the year pretty optimistic that we would have a chance at trying to make a run at it. But we focused on our training and each race, just working on some things. It came after our home invite. That was kind of the race that we really ran pretty well, that we looked at things and we said, you know what, guys, if you want it, let's go get this thing. We're right where we want to be. And they kind of took that to heart and decided, let's go. And we kind of worked from there. The following weekend after our meet, we were at Camdenton. And I believe we were ranked 6th going in our division. And we ended up winning our division there over some very solid Class 2 and Class 3 teams in Fulton, Fatima, Blair Oaks. I mean, some really strong programs that ran really well at the state meet. And so, after those 2 meets, we knew we had a chance. And as we moved through the year, I kept track of what we were doing. And, throughout the year, we never lost to a Class 1 team at any time during the year. So I knew our chances were pretty good to have success at the end of the year.
And what's the off season like for a lot of these runners? I'm sure at Hermitage's smaller schools, you got to share athletes, so they may play baseball or basketball, things like that. But what's in general, what's the off season like for these guys?
For most of my kids, I'll completely honest, every single boy that I took to the state meet, even my subs, are at basketball beginning today. My whole team runs, or they run cross country, then they all play basketball. And then in the spring, majority of them will play baseball and do track as well. That's just kind of a norm. And then in the summertime, we hope to get them to train. I'll say probably half my team will train, but it's difficult to get them out there. But these kids are just busy all the time. And so, we're not like a lot of the large schools where their kids train year round. I'm lucky if I get them half the year, and we just make do with what we can. And we get the most out of our workouts to get things out of them to have the success that we are having.
Outstanding. Well, again, on behalf of Chevy Dealers of the Ozarks, congratulations to the Hermitage Cross Country Boys Team State Championship and Athletes of the Week presented by Chevy Dealers of the Ozarks. And Coach, you're probably busy year round too with coaching, and who knows what goes on up there. I know I've been at Hermitage. I've coached in the conference, so a lot of exciting things going on there at your school.
Yeah, it's really going well here. So I'm always doing something at some point. So I appreciate you taking the time to have us on here. I appreciate it. Kids appreciate it. They had a great year, and we're hoping to keep it going in our other sports. And we're already planning on next year. So we'll see what happens.
Hey, you bet. You bet. Head coach, Coach Sabala, Mark Sabala, thanks so much for your time. Again, congratulations.
Hey, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
You're listening to the Missouri Sports Network, MissouriSportsNetwork.com, where everyone has a home field advantage, and keep it right here.